Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the first week of the July month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned with us till the end. Students, here we will be discussing important weekly current affairs for the July month. Also, we upload the daily current affairs video, students, at 5 AM in the morning, so do watch these videos. Let's start. The first question is, mark the correct statement regarding the inauguration of sanitary celebration of the revered Jain spiritual leader Acharya Vidyanand Ji Maharaj at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. If we look at the options, all these three options are rightly mentioned here. Next, according to the guidelines released by the Ministry of Power for the designating private companies as renewable energy implementing agencies REIAs, right, in June, pick out the correct statement here. So if we look at the option A and B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that the currently 4 public sector undertakings designated as REIAs are NTPC Limited, Solar Energy Corporation of India, BHEL and Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. Are they correct? So NTPC Limited, SECI, SJVN and NHPC, right? So 4 are there: NTPC, SECI, SJVN and NHPC. These are not the 4. NTPC, SECI, not BHEL, not Power Grid Corporation of India, but NTPC. Let me write here: NTPC, SECI, Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited and NHPC. So these are the 3 companies that you need to remember. Now option 3 also becomes right. Next, the 21st Steering Committee meeting of the Project Elephant, chaired by the Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupendra Yadav, was held in 2025. Was held in where? It was held in Dehradun, Uttarakhand. Right, this is the location, students, for the 21st Steering Committee meeting of the Project Elephant. And this meeting reviewed the progress of the key initiatives under the Project Elephant and worked on the way forward for the elephant conservations in India. Next, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Union Minister of State for Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh has laid the foundation stone for India's first green data center at Sahibabad, Ghaziabad for 1000 crore rupees. This new facility is being developed in collaboration between which of the following 2 organizations? It is Central Electronics Limited and ESDS Software Solutions Limited. Here, this India's first green data center is at Sahibabad, Ghaziabad, that is in UP, and the investment here will be of 1000 crore rupees. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the recent report titled Management Effectiveness Evaluation unveiled by Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupendra Yadav. If we look at the options, option A and B are right, C is wrong. C is saying that Ladakh secured the highest rank among the union territories with a score of 85.16. So is it correct? No. It is not Ladakh, it is Chandigarh that has secured the top position among the union territories with a score of 85.16%. Next, in June, 6-year-old Tejbir Singh set a world record by becoming the youngest to climb Mount Elbrus, the highest peak of the European continent. Right? He set a new world record by surpassing the previous record that was held by Vaga Kushagra from Maharashtra, and he is just 6 years and 9 months, and he became the youngest ever in the world to climb the Mount Elbrus. Next, mention the organization that recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports to upgrade the My Bharat platform to My Bharat 2.0. Right, which is that organization? It is Digital India Corporation. This upgrade, it will aim to enhance user experience, better accessibility, better technological features that will support the government of India's vision to transform the India's demographic advantage into a development dividend. And this My Bharat platform, it was launched on 31st of October 2023. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the approvals of the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India on 1st of July. If we look at the options, option A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that the cabinet approved the research development and innovation scheme with 5 lakh crore rupees fund to strengthen India's research and innovation ecosystem. So Union Cabinet has approved the research development and innovation scheme, that is RDI scheme, with a corpus of 1 lakh crore rupees, not 5 lakh crore rupees, right? So it is 1 lakh crore rupees, not 5 lakh crore rupees. Now option C is also right. Next, which of the following organizations released the report in July titled ZET Adoption in India and its Impact on Emission and Energy to promote faster adoption of zero emission trucking and support India's net zero goals? If we look at the option, which is that organization, it is Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. And this adoption of this zero emission trucking is basically a very good step in reducing the greenhouse gas emissions. Next, where was the first Association of Southeast Asian Nations India Cruise 2025 dialogue held, which was inaugurated by Union Minister Sarbandana Sonowal? So this event was held in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. This was a 2-day forum that brought together more than 30 delegates from all the 10 Asian countries such as Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, People Democratic Republic, Malaysia, Myanmar, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, Timor-Leste, and many more. Right? Next is Union Minister for Jal Shakti Chandrakant Raghunath Patil inaugurated the Sea Flood. This is a web portal. This is a web-based flood forecasting system in Delhi, and this Sea Flood was jointly developed by whom? It was developed by Center for the Development of Advanced Computing and Central Water Commission. Next is, what is the new name of the National Institute of Public Cooperation and Child Development as officially renamed by the Ministry of Women, Child and Development? So what is the new name here? The new name here is Savitribai Phule National Institute of Women and Child Development. And this renaming, it honors Savitribai Phule, who was a 19th century educationist and a social reformer. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the recent report titled Chemical Industry Powering India's Participation in Global Value Chains by Niti Aayog. If we look at the options, we have to find the correct statement. Option A is right and B is right. C is wrong. C is India's chemical industry currently contributes around 10% to the country's GDP. This is wrong. So if we see here, the chemical industry in India, it contributes around 7% to the country's GDP, not 10%. Next, in July, where was India's first equine disease-free compartment officially recognized by World Organization for Animal Health established? Right? This equine, basically, it is a family of horses only, mares, right? And these equines, these are the mammals that belong to their family. And almost 60 extinct species has been found so far from the fossils, and we want to conserve them. So this India's first equine disease-free compartment was officially recognized by the World Organization for Animal Health, where it was in Meerut, UP. It was where in Meerut, UP. Next, which Indian ministry rejoined the Unicode Consortium as the supporting member, gaining voting rights alongside the United States of America? It is Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The supporting membership, it requires an annual fee of $20,000, that is approximately 17 lakh rupees. And it grants India a half vote in the Unicode Technical Committee, which meets both in the USA and online. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the initiatives that are launched during the International Conference on Sustainable and Responsible Mining through Best Mine Closure Practices that was held in Hyderabad, Telangana. If we look at the options, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Then next, Union Minister for Cooperation Amit Shah has inaugurated multiple development projects that include Jairaj Sports and Convention Center, that is located where? This is located in Pune, Maharashtra, right? Next is The Karnataka cabinet has approved renaming of Bengaluru City University after which former Prime Minister of India. So this university will be renamed after the former Prime Minister of India, that is Manmohan Singh, right? Dr. Manmohan Singh. And Dr. Manmohan Singh served as the 13th Prime Minister of India for 2 terms, that is for 10 years, that is from 2004 to 2014. Next, as per the 19th Global Peace Index released by the Institute for Economics and Peace, which of the following countries is not ranked among the top 5 most peaceful countries? It is Denmark, right? If we talk about the index here, first thing, let's talk about India. India stands at 115th position, and it is Sydney, Australia based IEP, that is Institute for Economics and Peace, that is a global think tank. They have released the 19th Global Peace Index, and India was ranked here 115th. Here Iceland, they have secured the first position, right? And then Ireland is on the second position, New Zealand on the third position, and our country India in the 115th position. Next, under the leadership of which country was the 22nd Defense Ministers meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization held from 25th to 26th of June? So it is China, right? This 22nd Defense Ministers meeting of SCO took place in China. This was under the theme Upholding the Shanghai Spirit, SCO on the Move. Next, according to the 7th edition of the Global Unicorn Index report, pick out the correct statement. If we look at the option, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, the 62nd session of the subsidiary bodies of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, also known as the 2025 Bonn Climate Change Conference, was held where? It was held in Germany. This was a 11-day long conference that brought together over 5,000 government delegates. Next, the Union External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar visited USA from June 30 to July 2nd to participate in the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting. Pick out the correct statement here. So here also all the 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, name the crop that was targeted under the Climate Resilient Farming Initiative launched in July by Ghana in collaboration with India's Arima Farms and Council for Scientific and Industrial Research and their arm, Crop Research Institute, to reduce India's import dependency and boost the local cultivation. So name the crop that was targeted here. It is wheat, right? And this initiative, it aims to reduce India's dependency on the imports, as India's wheat import stands at $400 million. Also, one more thing, remember, during this program has also introduced wheat Pride 999. This is a variety of wheat, right, that has been developed by India's Green Pride, and it is drought and heat resistant, it is nutrition enriched, and it has been tested across 6 distinct agrological zones. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the 4th edition of International Conference on Financing for Development that was held from 30th of June to 3rd of July in Sevilla, Spain. If we look at the options here, option A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that at this conference, France, Kenya, they have launched Aviation Solidarity Coalition aimed at imposing taxes on the premium air travel. So at this, right, the France and Kenya, they have launched this event, right? Is it correct? So remember, at this conference, there are 8 countries, that is France, Kenya, Barbados, Spain, Somalia, Benin, Sierra Leone, and Antigua and Barbuda. They have launched the Aviation Solidarity Coalition, and their aim is imposing taxes on the premium air travel. Now option C is right, not just these 2 countries. Next, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian signed a law suspending the cooperatives with International Atomic Energy Agency following the airstrikes by the USA and Israel in June that target some Iranian nuclear facilities, right? And now their partnership with IAEA of the UN, that is the United Nations Nuclear Watchdog, has been suspended. Next, Reserve Bank of India in June issued the final guidelines for Aadhaar-enabled payment system touchpoint operators under Dash to enhance the fraud risk management. It is under the Payment and Settlement Act of 2007. These guidelines are issued under the Payment and Settlement Systems Act of 2007 to safeguard the customers from identified threat and maintain trust in the AEPS, that is Aadhaar Enabled Payment System. Next, name the fintech company that launched the UPI credit card and inaugurated India's first UPI powered bank branch in Koramangala, Bengaluru in June 2025. It is Slice. Next, mention the organization that subscribed to 1,301.25 crore net worth of non-convertible debentures issued by Aditya Birla Capital Limited in July 2025 to support renewable energy and e-mobility financing in India. It is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. And this 3-year privately placed investment by NCD, it aims to boost the financing in renewable energy and e-mobility sectors to support India's transition toward a sustainable infrastructure ecosystem. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the recent report of RBI's financial stability report. If we look at the option, all these three of them are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the bank that became the first UAE bank to receive in principle approval from International Financial Service Centers Authority to set up the new International Financial Service Centers banking unit within the GIFT city, that is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So mention the bank that became the first UAE bank to receive the in principle approval for this IBU, that is IFCA banking unit in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So mention the bank. It is your Mashreq Bank, right? This is the first bank of UAE. Next, identify the company that raised $120 million in Series D funding round led by SC Ventures in June, becoming the 5th Indian startup to achieve the unicorn status in 2025. It is Jumbotail Technologies Private Limited. And this funding round also saw the participation from the existing investors Singapore-based Artel Asia, bringing the company's total funding to $263 million. Next, mention the state that became the third Indian state to record over 1 crore registered stock market investors after Maharashtra and UP, according to the latest data released by National Stock Exchange Limited in July 2025. So mention that state, it is Gujarat. On first is your Maharashtra, then second is UP, and now third is Gujarat. Next, identify the organization that signed a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with India Meteorological Department to launch India's first weather derivatives. It is National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange Limited. Next, in July, who was bestowed with the Mental Health Award at the 24th Annual International Mental Health Conference that was held at this event in Bangkok, Thailand. This is in recognition of her invaluable contribution and transformative leadership in shaping the future of global mental health. So who was bestowed upon with this Mental Health Award 2025 in July? So Saima Wazid, right? She received this recognition for her invaluable contribution and transformative leadership in shaping the future of global health or global mental health. Mental health. Next, identify the incorrect statement regarding the Digital Payments Awards for 24-25 organized by the Department of Financial Services in June 2025. If we look at the options, option A and C are right, B is wrong. B is saying HDFC Bank has won the award in the private sector banks category. Is it so? No, it is for private sector banks. Yes, it is. I correct myself. HDFC Bank is right. Let's take this question again, students. That option A is right. B is right. A is wrong and C is wrong because we have to find the incorrect, right? So Bank of Baroda won the award in the public sector banks category. No, not Bank of Baroda, but Punjab National Bank has won in the public sector category. Then AU Small Finance Bank won in the small finance banks category. Not AU Small Finance Bank, but Equitas Small Finance Bank. They have won the award in the small finance bank category. Now all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, name the person appointed as the new Secretary of Research and Analysis Wing, succeeding Ravi Sinha as by the Appointment Committee of the Cabinet. So, who was appointed as the new Secretary here? Parag Jain appointed as the new Secretary of RAW. Right? He will be succeeding Ravi Sinha. Next, mention the country that appointed Phumtham Vechaichi as the acting Prime Minister following the suspension of PM Pentagotran Shinawatra, P. Shinawatra, right? So mention the country that appointed P. Vechaichi as their acting Prime Minister. It is Thailand. Next, who is the first women pilot to be inducted in the fighter stream of naval aviation by Indian Navy in July? So Astha Punia. She is from UP. and the first women pilot in the fighter stream of naval aviation. During this ceremony, she was also honored with the Wings of Gold. Right, this is an award. Next, identify the country that launched a climate change monitoring satellite, that is Global Observing Satellite for Greenhouse Gases and Water Cycle Satellite, that is GOSAT GW, using the H2A rocket from their Tenchingma Space Center. So which is that country? This H2 rocket, it is of Japan, right? We have discussed this multiple times. This rocket is of Japan. Next, the Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO, they have developed India's first indigenous photonic radar. It marks a significant milestone in India's air defense technology with ultra high resolution, stealth detection and immunity to electronic jamming. So DRDO, they have developed India's first indigenous photonic radar. This radar is expected to undergo extensive trials to validate their performance. Next, name the Indian naval ship commissioned into the Indian Navy at Yantr shipyard in Kaliningrad, Russia, making it the 8th in the series of the Project 1135.6 Talwar class and the second vessel in the follow-on Tushil class of ships. So name the Indian naval ship that was commissioned into the Indian Navy at Yantr shipyard. It is INS Tamal. INS Tamal. And this ship is the 8th in the series of Project 1135.6. Next, Indian Navy received the stealth frigate Yard 12652, that is Udyagiri, from Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. It was delivered under Project 17A, right? And it is the successor of Shivalik class of the Project 17 frigates, and this is INS Udyagiri, right? That is stealth frigate Yard 12652 Udyagiri. Next, name the hypersonic vehicle whose test flight was conducted successfully by China in July, marking a significant technological advancement in rocket-based combined cycle propulsion. It is Faitian 2. This is the name of the hypersonic vehicle, right, that was tested. Next, who won the 2025 Austrian Grand Prix held in Spielberg, Styria in June, clinching his third F1 Grand Prix victory of 2025 season? It is Lando Norris, right? And this marks Lando Norris' 7th Grand Prix win for his F1 career. Moving on, National Statistics Day, students. This is annually observed across India on 29th of June to honor the contributions of statisticians and highlight the importance of statistics in socio-economic development and policy formation. This day commemorates the birth anniversary of whom? It commemorates the birth anniversary of PC Mahalanobis, right? And it marked the 19th observation today, or in this year in 2025 on 29th of June, it was the 19th observation of the National Statistics Day and 132nd birth anniversary of PC Mahalanobis. And the theme for this National Statistics Day is 75 years of National Sample Survey. Next is National Doctors Day is annually observed across India on 1st of July to acknowledge and celebrate the invaluable services of doctors and healthcare professionals in safeguarding public health and serving society. The day commemorates the birth and death anniversary of Bharat Ratna awardee Dash, that is Dr. Bidhan Chandra Roy, right? And this day is commemorating the birth and death anniversary of Bharat Ratna awardee Dr. B.C. Roy. Next is GST Day. It is observed every year on 1st of July across India to mark the implementation of GST regime, that is a unified indirect tax system. So GST is an indirect tax, right? What is the theme of the GST Day that is being asked here? It is GST simplifying taxes, empowering citizens. And this year it was the 8th edition of this day that was observed. Next, which of the following state and UT held is first ever Astro Tourism Festival in June, aiming at fostering scientific curiosity and boosting the astro tourism in the region? So where was this astro tourism held, or this astro tourism festival held? It was in Ladakh. This event was organized by Indian Institute of Astrophysics from Bengaluru, Karnataka, with the government of Ladakh along with the Department Tourism there and ISRO. They conducted this first ever, or they organized this first ever Astro Tourism Festival. Next, name the India's first indigenously developed runway rubber removal machine that was deployed at Noida International Airport on 27th of June. It is Clean Jet RRM. This RRM, it uses ultra high pressure water jets that are chemical free to remove the rubber oil and paint from the runways, taxiways and also aprons without causing surface damage. Next, which Indian defense shipyard is responsible for the constructing Indian naval ship INS Nilgiri, the first stealth frigate under the Project 17A that joined the Eastern Naval Command in June 2025? It is Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. And the warship operates under the motto Adrish Yablam Ajaya Shauryam, right? That means invisible strength, invisible bravery. Next, mention the organization that launched the real-time PAN and bank account validation facility on the Income Tax Department's e-filing portal in June 2025. It is NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. Next, who is the current Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog? So, BVR Subramaniam is the current CEO of Niti Aayog. Next, who is the second or which is the second largest global reserve asset held by central banks according to European Central Banks in June 2025 report, right? So it is gold is the second largest global reserve asset that are held by the central banks. And the US dollar, it continues to be the leading reserve currency. They hold 47% of the total global reserves, whereas the gold share in the global reserve, it has increased from 16.5% in 2023, that has increased to 19% in 2024. Next, identify the facility launched by Shanghai Gold Exchange in Hong Kong on 27th of June to support international trade and storage of gold bullion. It is Offshore Gold Vault. Next, the discounted JCB prize for literature instituted in 2018 was awarded for the outstanding works of fiction written in which of the following languages? It is English or translated from Indian languages. The award recognized the outstanding Indian fiction in English or translated from Indian languages. This discontinuation follows the cancellation of the foundation's license, and this prize carried a reward of 25 lakh rupees for the winners and significantly promoted the regional literature and translation in India. Next, in June, which country hosted the International Atomic Energy Agency's CONX-3, that is a 36-hour full-scale international nuclear emergency simulation exercise? It is Romania that hosted this IAEA's CONX-3 2025. That was a 36-hour full-scale international nuclear emergency simulation exercise. Next, which ministry launched WhatsApp chatbot integration with My Bharat portal in June to enhance youth engagement and digital access to the services? It is Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Also, next is, as per the RBI, what was the total remittance inflows received by RBI, inflows received by India in FY25, marking the highest ever recorded? It is $135.46 billion. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. How many total medals did India secure in the 4th edition of Thailand Open International Boxing Tournament from 24th of May to 1st of June in Bangkok, Thailand? It is a total of 8 medals, which included 2 gold, 1 silver and 5 bronze. Next, who won the F1 Armaco Gran Premio de España, that is the Spanish Grand Prix that was held in Barcelona, Spain? So who won this Barcelona, Spain, Spanish Grand Prix held in Barcelona, Spain? Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri, he is from UK and he drives for McLaren. He secured the first position here. Next, Australian all-rounder Glenn Maxwell has announced retirement from ODI cricket, bringing an end to a distinguished 13-year career in the ODI format. He has been part of 2 World Cup winning squads for Australia in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, that is in 2015 and 2023. Right option is option 4th. And earlier he retired from the Test cricket format in 2017. Next, identify the country that topped the medal tally at the Ulaanbaatar Open 2025 wrestling conducted from 29th of May to 1st of June, in which India secured the 2nd position. So which country topped the medal tally? It is Mongolia that secured the top position here in the medal tally at the Ulaanbaatar Open 2025 wrestling that was conducted from 29th of May to 1st of June. And our country India, here we secured the second position in the medal tally with a total of 21 medals. And in this 21 medals we see 6 gold, 7 silver and 8 bronze. And Mongolia, they secured a total of 29 medals. Next is Kulnavut Vitidrasan won the men's single title at the 2025 Singapore Open in badminton, held from 27th of May to 1st of June at the Singapore Indoor Stadium in Kalang, Singapore. Vitidrasan hails from which state, or he hails from where? So Vitidrasan hails from Thailand. Next is mention the name of the football club which won its first ever UEFA Championship League 2025 by defeating Inter Milan Football Club in the final held at Munich, Germany. So what is the name of that group or football club? It is PSG, that is Paris Saint-Germain Football Club, right? They have won their first ever UEFA Champions League 2025 title by defeating Inter Milan Football Club. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the Norway Chess 2025, an international chess tournament held in Stavanger, Norway from 26th of May to 6th of June. If we look at the option, we have to find the correct statement. So option A is right and C is right, B is wrong. B is saying that D. Gukesh from India won the Norway Chess 25 in the open section category. Did he won it? No. Magnus Carlsen had won it, right? Magnus Carlsen, the world's #1 chess player, won the Norway chess title in the open category. Next, identify the Indian cricketer who announced his retirement from all the formats of professional cricket in June 2025. So Piyush Pramod Chawla, right? He is the Indian cricketer who has announced retirement from all the forms of professional cricket. Next, identify the correct statement regarding French Open held in Paris, France in June 2025. If we look at the options here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, who among the following won the men's singles final of the Indonesian Open held in Jakarta, Indonesia? So, who among the following has won the women's singles final? N.C. Young. She is from South Korea. If we talk about men's category, Ender Antonsen, who is the world's #3, has won the men's single title of the Indonesian Open, and in women's single title, N.C. Young, right? She's not South Korea. I repeat, she's from South Africa, right? In the women's final, South Africa's N.C. Young, that is world's #1 in women category, she has won the women's single title. And who won the men's single title? Ender Antonsen. Ender Antonsen is from Denmark. Next, mention the country which topped the 2025 Taiwan Athletics Open held in Taipei City in Taiwan in June with a final medal tally of 16 medals. So it is our country, India. Next, identify the country that won the Union of European Football Association, that is UEFA Nations League, by defeating Spain in the finals in Munich, Germany. So identify that country. It is Portugal, right? And they have won their second UEFA Nations League title by defeating Spain by 5-3 in the penalty shootout after a 2-2 final. And this was the 4th edition of the tournament. Next, name the organization that officially unveiled the logo of the inaugural Shooting League of India, which is scheduled to be held from 20th of November to 2nd of December 2025. It is National Rifle Association of India. Next, mention the name of the West Indies cricketer who has announced his retirement from international cricket at the age of 29 in June 2025. It is Nicholas Pooran. Next, identify the country that defeated South Africa to win the 23-25 International Cricket Council World Chess Championship final held in London, England in June 2025. So which is that country? It is Australia, right? And this is the 3rd edition of the ICC WTC, that is World Test Championship, that was held from 16th of June to 14th of June. Next, who won the 63rd edition of the Canadian Grand Prix held in Montreal, Canada, marking his first F1 Grand Prix victory of the 2025 season? So George Russell. George Russell, he is from Germany. he represents Germany-based company, that is Mercedes. George Russell, he's from which country? This is your homework. Next, mention the position that India secured in the ISSF Rifle, Pistol and Shotgun World Cup held in Munich, Germany, in which China topped the medal tally with a total of 7 medals. It is India secured third position in the medal tally, right? And the overall medals are India is 4, out of which 2 gold, 2 bronze. Next, name the first Indian sponsor team that made history by winning the rapid section of the third edition of the FIDE World Rapids and Bliss Team Championship held in London in June 2025. It is MGDI. This is the first Indian sponsor team to win the rapid section of the 2025 FIDE Rapids and Blitz Team Championship. Next, identify the table tennis team that clinched their first maiden ultimate table tennis title, defeating the Jaipur Patriots in the final held in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. It is U Mumba Table Tennis. Next, with a throw of how much distance did India's Neeraj Chopra won the Paris Diamond League 2025 title held in Paris, France, defeating Germany's Julian Weber. It is 88.16 meter throw. Next, name the mascot of the 12th World Para Athletics Championship going to be held in New Delhi, launched by Paralympic Committee of India in June 2025. So, name the mascot here. It is Viraj. Right, and the tournament will be held from 27th of September to 5th of October at Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi. That will feature 186 medals.
Mention the state that recently introduced the India's first dedicated policy in the maritime manufacturing sector with shipbuilding and ship repair and ship recycling policy of 2025. Question is, mention that state. Which is its state? It is your Maharashtra. Right, and an investment of almost 6,600 crore rupees will be done by 2030 with a target of generating 40,000 jobs by then, and by 2047 the target here is to invest almost 18,000 crore rupees and to generate almost 3.3 lakh jobs by then. Next, the Survey of India updated India's official coastline length to 11,098 km. Mention the organization that led the multi-year scientific review in collaboration with the SOI, right? That is Survey of India. So, mention the organization. It is National Hydrographic Organization. And this revision, earlier the coastline was estimated to be 7,516 km, which now has been added 5,337 km, and now the total has become 11,098 km. Right, and this revision follows a multi-year scientific review that was led by Dehradun, Uttarakhand based National Hydrographic Organization in coordination with the Survey of India. Next, the world's first dash named Babuji Vanam was inaugurated by Telangana Governor Jishnu Dev Verma at Kana Shanti Vanam in Hyderabad as a part of 125th birth anniversary celebration of Pujya Babuji Maharaj. So the world's first energy transmission garden by the name Babuji Vanam. Vanam means garden. Right, this was inaugurated by Telangana Governor Jishnu Dev Verma at Kana Shanti Vanam in Hyderabad. Next, identify the medical condition for which India conducted the first human gene therapy trial in April 25 through a collaboration between Biotechnology Research and Innovation Council's Institute for Cell Science and Regenerative Medicine in Bengaluru and Christian Medical College, Vellore. So, identify that medical condition for which India conducted its first human gene therapy trial. It is for hemophilia. Right? This is a genetic blood disorder, right, in which blood does not clot normally, causing abnormal bleeding. Next, identify the portal that was launched by Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu to simplify the application process for various social security pension schemes in the state. It is eKalyan, right? This portal reflects the Himachal Pradesh government's commitment to enhance the transparency and efficiency in delivering the social welfare schemes. Next, on 69th Foundation Day, that was on 1st of May, of the Directorate of Enforcement, the Union Minister of State for Finance Pankaj Chaudhary has honoured several Enforcement Directorate officers for their outstanding service. Who among the following received the President's Medal for Meritorious Service during this event, right? This was the 69th Foundation Day of ED, right? And who among the following received the President's Medal here for Meritorious Service during the event? Abhishek Goyal. Take a note of it. And a total of 23 officers, right, and zonal units were honored here. Next, which ministry organized the event Aging with Dignity Initiatives for the Welfare of Senior Citizens that was attended by the President Draupadi Murmu ma'am on 2nd of May at Rashtrapati Bhavan Cultural Center, Delhi. So it is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. This event was organized by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and here various key initiatives that are dedicated to the well-being of senior citizens were launched during the event. Next, name the digital platform that was launched by Moraji Desai National Institute of Yoga under the Ministry of Ayush during the Yoga Mahotsav event in May 25 to mark the 50-day countdown to International Day of Yoga 2025. It is Yoga Sangam Portal. Take a note of this. And International Yoga Day was observed on 21st of June. Next, in May, Union Minister for Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am, our Finance Minister, inaugurated the Corporate Bhavan, a 7-story facility for the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, where in Kolkata, West Bengal. Next, in May, Union Minister Amit Shah, our Home Minister, paid tribute to by unveiling a statue and renaming a road and rotary in New Delhi on the 35th death anniversary of Bodofa Upendranath Brahmaji, right, in New Delhi. This ceremony was organized by the government of Assam, and it is here this statue that we are talking about. This is a 9-feet statue that was unveiled, and the road was named Lala Lajpat Rai in South Delhi was renamed to. So this road was renamed to what? Bodofa Upendra Brahma Mark. Correct? Take a note of it. Then next, one more thing, this statue of Bodofa, right? It is also known as the guardian of the Bodos. Guardian of the Bodos, right? Or we can say father of the Bodos. Next, name the advanced light helicopter model developed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited that was cleared for operations in May by the Indian Army and Indian Air Force. It is Advanced Light Helicopter Dhruv, correct? And it was this helicopter, it has been recently approved for the operations that will be done by Indian Army and Indian Air Force, so that these forces will be now using this Advanced Light Helicopter Dhruv. And 340 helicopters have been manufactured so far for the usage. Next, identify the India's first genome edited rice varieties that were revealed by Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Shivraj Singh Chauhan in New Delhi. It is DDR Khan 100, that is Kamla, and Pusa DST Rice 1. So these are the two varieties. These are the genome edited varieties. That means they will be having better output. They will be resisting to the change in temperature. The quality will be better here. It will be more nutritious. Next, mention the organization in India that collaborated with the Belgium's Grey Space Law and Policy Consulting firm to launch the Stride EUI initiative in May to enhance India-European strategic partnership. It is the Dialogue.
In May, India conducted an annual bilateral military exercise by the name Nomadic Elephant. It was along with Mongolia. Right, take a note of this. The location also where it was held in Mongolia. And this exercise basically aims to enhance the joint military capabilities of these two nations. Next, according to the report of Japan's Ministry of Finance in May, which country surpassed Japan as the world's largest creditor nation for the first time in 34 years with net external assets valued at Japanese yen 569.7 trillion rupees, that is $3.98 trillion in 2024. It is Germany. Right, so according to the report of Japan's Ministry of Finance, which country surpassed Japan as the world's largest creditor nation for the first time in 34 years? It is Germany. Even our country, India, we have surpassed which country? This is your homework to become we will be surpassing which country, or we have surpassed to become which country to become the world's 4th largest nation. And then now we will be surpassing which country by the year 2027 or 28 to become the 3rd largest nation in the world. So tell me that also. Next, Nicaragua recently became 101st member to officially approve the agreement on fisheries subsidies of what? It is for World Trade Organization. With this milestone, the World Trade Organization is poised to roll out the fisheries funding mechanism referred to as the WTO Fish Fund. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the newly issued currency notes by Bangladesh Bank in June. If we look at the options, option A and B are right, C is wrong. C is saying that the TK is Taka. Taka is the currency of Bangladesh. So 1000 Taka note showcases Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's portrait and commemorates the National Martyrs Memorial. Is it correct? Everything is right. This 1000 denomination is historical landmark showcasing the National Martyrs Memorial and honoring who died in 1971, not showcasing Sheikh Mohammed Razbi. Right? So, right option is option A, B, and now option C also, that showcases the National Martyrs Memorial. Next, India has won the presidency of International Institute of Administrative Sciences, a global administrative body, and India has won this here presidency for the term 2025 to 2028, and this marks the first time in the institute's near 100-year history that India will hold this prestigious position. Next, United Nations General Assembly elected 5 countries as the non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council from 26-27. Which of the following was not among them? Among the we see Norway was not among them, and these countries will replace Algeria, Guyana, Sierra Leone, South Korea and Slovenia as their term will end on 31st of December 2025. So 5 countries has been added, and which among the following Norway is not among them? Latvia, Liberia, Colombia, Bahrain and Democratic Republic of Congo. They will be added to the non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. Next is in June, India was elected as one of the 18 new member nations to the United Nations Economic and Social Council, that is ECOSOC, by United Nations General Assembly, and this is for the period 2026 to 2028, right? That is a period of 3 years. Next, which industrial park located in Odisha was inducted into the World Economic Forum's Transitioning Industrial Cluster Initiative in June to promote green industrialization and decarbonization in India? It is Gopalpur Industrial Park. Right? Take a note of it. Next, where was the 11th BRICS, that is BRICS Communication Ministers meeting held in June, in which Union Minister of State Dr. Pemasani Chandrasekhar showcased digital public infrastructure DPI of India as a global benchmark for inclusive digital governance. See, this includes your e-sign, this includes your DigiLocker, this includes your Aadhaar card initiative, this includes your UPI now we are seeing, right? Then ULI scheme was launched, right? So all these schemes, what are they? They are basically the schemes that are able to cater such a large population of India in that digital format, right? So that is the reason India is playing very good on the digital front, and even we are implementing such technologies with other countries also, or in other countries also, right? They are asking India's help, that's come India and help us in enhancing our digital public infrastructure. So this was the, where was the 11th BRICS Communication Ministers meeting held? It was held in Brazil. Next, as per the World Bank's Global Poverty Update released in June, what is the new threshold poverty line set globally based on the daily consumption? It is $3 per day. Earlier it was $2.15 per day. Now it has increased to $3 per day. Next, the Indian Army participated in the 22nd edition of the United Nations mandated multinational military exercise Conquest that was held in Mongolia from 14 to 28th of June. In this, 40 personnel took part from Indian Army. Next is name the first ever global checklist of bird species and taxonomy published in June as a unified reference for ornithologists and conservationists worldwide. So, AVList, this is the first ever checklist of the bird species and taxonomy. Next, identify the country that joined the BRICS as the 10th partner country in June 2025. It is Vietnam, right? Vietnam joined BRICS as the 10th partner country. Next is United Nations General Assembly declared 2026 as the International Year of the Women Farmer to acknowledge the critical role of women in agriculture and to raise awareness about the challenges they face globally. Which country initiated this resolution that led to the declaration by United Nations General Assembly? It is United States of America. And this resolution was supported by over 100 countries. Next, United Nations General Assembly through resolution this adopted on 16th of June proclaimed dash as the International Day against unilateral coercive measures starting from 2025. Right? So proclaimed what? They proclaimed 4th of December, that every year from 2025 onwards, 4th of December will be observed as International Day against unilateral coercive measures. Next, identify the country appointed as the chair of the 1988 Taliban Sanctions Committee, vice chair of the 1373 Counterterrorism Committee, as a part of 2025 to 26 term as a non-permanent member of United Nations Security Council. It is Pakistan. They have been appointed, or they will be the chair of the 1988 Taliban Sanctions Committee. Next, in June, World Meteorological Organization's Executive Council recognized 20 new continental observing stations. Which among these newly recognized stations is the oldest? It is Shushkhand River Station, that is located in the United States of America. Then next, what is the name of a joint military exercise between India and France whose 8th edition is being held from 18th of June to 1st of July at Camp Larzac in La Calvirie in France? It is Exercise Shakti, right? This is the exercise between India and France. Next, identify the organization that in June 2025 announced that 2025 cohort of its Technology Pioneers program featuring 100 early stage companies including 10 Indian startups from 28 countries that are driving innovation across industries. So, identify the organization. It is World Economic Forum, WEF. Next, Botswana became first African country and the first high burden nation globally to be awarded the WHO's gold tier for eliminating the vertical transmission of HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus, as a public health issue. Right? So Botswana became the first African country. In May, Adani Enterprise Limited, the flagship company of the Adani Group, introduced India's first fuel cell truck for mining logistics in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Mention the type of fuel used in the vehicle. It is hydrogen that has been launched. It was launched by NTPC. It was launched by Adani Enterprise Limited, right? They have launched this first fuel cell truck for mining logistics in Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, in Chhattisgarh, Raipur, right? It is hydrogen fuel. Apart from this, remember, NTPC has also launched hydrogen powered buses, right? Where these buses has been launched? They have been launched in Leh Ladakh. Next, Madhya Pradesh and Dash have signed a memorandum of understanding. Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra has signed an MOU in Bhopal to implement the Tapti Basin Mega Recharge Project worth 19,244 crore rupees, touted as the world's largest groundwater recharge initiative. So it is Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra that has signed this MOU. This project will tackle the water security and will ensure sustainable irrigation and strengthen the drinking water supply through groundwater recharge. Next, where was the Inland Waterways Authority of India under the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways established their new regional office in May to strengthen the inland water transport sector in the region? It is in Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. Correct? Take a note of it. Next, mention the first Indian city declared beggar-free in May 25 following an anti-begging campaign launched in Feb that was recognized as the model project by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and World Bank. It is Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Next, identify the first American university approved by Indian UGC, Indian University Grant Commission in May to establish an independent degree-granted campus in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It is Illinois Institute of Technology, right? They will be establishing their campus in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Name the university that will be establishing their campus in UP. The international university that will be establishing their campus in UP. In UP too, it will be in Greater Noida. Name that university. Next, which state government approved the Ati Koli Duti Pat, a financial assistance scheme for the welfare of tea garden workers in order to provide one-time assistance of 5,000 each payment and temporary worker of the tea gardens in the state. So which is the state government that has approved this Eti Koli Duti Part scheme? It has been launched by Assam government. Next, name the innovative veterinary application app launched in May by N.S. Boseraju, right, who is the Union Minister for Science and Technology for the Government of Karnataka, that was developed by Transduces Technologies LLP. So, what is the name of that innovative application? It is Pathologist. Right? Next. And this application, Pathologist, it is a digital healthcare platform that has been specifically designed to connect pet owners and farmers with licensed veterinarians, clinics and hospitals. Next, according to the data released by the Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways in May, 12 major ports of India registered a 4.3% increase in cargo handling from 819 million tons in FY24 to approximately 855 million metric tons in FY25. The two major ports that are Odisha-based Paradip Port Authority and Kandla, Gujarat-based Deendayal Port Authority, they have achieved a historic milestone of breaching 150 million tons cargo handling in FY25. Next, where did Union Minister of State Dr. Jitendra Singh dedicated India's first of its kind public-funded Department of Science and Technology ICGEB Biofoundry during the 31st board meeting of the governors. So it was in New Delhi. He also highlighted that India's bioeconomy has seen an exponential rise from $10 billion in 2024. It has risen to $165.7 billion in 2024. Right? This is 2014, and in 2024 we have seen almost 10 times rise. Next, India's first manned deep ocean mission, that is Samudrayan, will be launched by 2026 as announced by the Ministry of Earth Science in May. This mission will use manned submersible vehicle, that is Matsya, to reach a depth of 6,000 under the sea with 3 scientists, and hence it is known as Samudrayan or Matsya 6,000, right? Matsya 6,000, you will also find written this, right? So this 6,000 means it will be going to a deep depth of 6 meters. That means 6,000 meters, that is 6 kilometers below the Earth's surface or below the ocean, right? And here 3 scientists will be going here along with this for supporting various missions and scientific operations. Next, which Indian government ministry in consultation with the Export Inspection Council prohibited the use of several medically important antimicrobials in aquaculture sector in May 2025? It is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next, the Department of Science and Technology has launched 5 carbon capture and utilization test beds in the cement industry across 5 states. The pilot facility for these test beds is located where? It is located at Ballabgarh in Haryana. Next, which state in India recently added 12 new district-specific products to its One District, One Product list in May, increasing the total number of products from 62 to 74? It is Uttar Pradesh, that is UP. And if you remember, for this One District, One Product, who was launched as the initial brand ambassador when the initiative was launched in UP? So Kangana Ranaut was named as the brand ambassador at that time. Next, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution sanctioned an additional 2.8 million tons for rice for ethanol production under the Ethanol Blended Petrol Program. Mention the organization for which rice was allocated. So, mention the organization. What is the organization? It is Food Corporation of India, FCI. Right? And this is for ethanol production that comes under the Ethanol Blended Petrol. Next, the Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation of India Limited has launched the India's longest rail flyover glider as a part of the Western Dedicated Freight Corridor. It was launched at Kalamboli, Maharashtra. Right? This feat is a part of WDFC project that is aimed at enhancing the freight transportation efficiency. And this marks one of the most complex railway engineering projects in India that showcases the advanced construction technologies and precision planning. Here it is the installation of 110.5 meter open web steel girder that weighs approximately 1500 ton, making it the longest rail flyover girder in India. Next, the government of UP has launched Mukhyamantri Suposhan Abhiyan. This is a campaign that will cross 8 aspirational districts of UP, and it will be combating, as the name suggests, Suposhan. Suposhan is basically nutrition, right? So it will be combating child malnutrition, right? Take a note of this, and it will be launched in the 8 districts here. This initiative will be targeting children aged between 3 to 6 years of age, and it is expected that almost 11.13 lakh children will be benefited with this scheme. Next, the police department of Dash has launched a community outreach initiative that has been named Nai Disha, a path back to learning, that is aimed at to bring school dropouts back into the education system. So it is Delhi, right? Police department of Delhi. They have launched this Nai Disha, a path back to learning. That initiative, or this initiative, will enhance or allow the students who dropped out from the schools to bring them back to the schools and complete their education. Next, Sangri, a traditional slender bean, recently received the GI tag in the agriculture products category. It is from which Indian state? So, Sangri, it is from Rajasthan. Right? Next, and this Sangri, it grows on the khejri tree. Next, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has released 3 new crop varieties, that is Malviya Manila Sanchit Dhan 1 of rice, Malviya Dhan 105 Sub 1 also of rice, and Malviya Nidhi for mustard, that has developed by Dash for the benefits of the farmers in UP. So simple question is asked that these 3 varieties that has been recently launched, they have been developed by whom? They have been developed by Banaras Hindu University in partnership with Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Next, in May, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav had inaugurated the first 3 nanometer chip design centers of Renesas Electronics India Private Limited. Name the cities at which these facilities are located. It is in Noida and Bengaluru. Next, the Government of India has designed Dash as the annual date to celebrate Ayurveda Day, symbolizing the balance in nature by coinciding with the autumnal equinox. Right, so Government of India has designated 23rd of September as the annual date to celebrate Ayurveda Day. It is also symbolizing the autumnal equinox, right? A day when both night and day are equal. In summer solstice, it is the day that is long and night that is short. In winter solstice, it is day that is short and night that is long. And in autumnal equinox, at this day, that is on 23rd of September, both day and night are equal. Next, the Center of Earth Science and Himalayan Studies successfully drilled the northeast region's first geothermal production well at Dirang village in Arunachal Pradesh, making a major step towards clean and sustainable energy in the Himalayan region. Next, which conservation reserve was recently declared as the India's largest conservation reserve by Himachal Pradesh government under this section of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972? It is Sarap Chu Conservation Reserve, right? It spreads across 1,585 square kilometer of area. Next, identify the state that launched a Water Resource Atlas 25, an AI-powered geospatial platform that is aiming to monitor, manage and conserve states' rapidly depleting water reserves through real time. It is Haryana state. Take a note of this. This initiative will monitor, manage and conserve the Haryana's rapidly depleting water reserves through real-time and layered insights. Next is Union Minister. Which union ministry has launched the revamped Overseas Citizen of India portal that will enhance the digital expertise or digital experience for the OCI card holders and the new applicants? It is the Ministry of Home Affairs. Next, Rule 8 of the Securities Contract Regulation, that is 1957, was amended in May 2025 to boost ease of doing business for brokers. The amendment was carried out by whom? It was carried out by the Department of Economic Affairs. And these new rules, they came into effect from 19th of May 2025. Next, Government of India has tightened the import rules for the gold and silver under the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement that was signed with UAE, United Arab Emirates. Next, name the AI-powered chatbot launched by the government e-marketplace, that is GEM portal. This was during the 8th anniversary celebration in May to enhance public sector procurement services. So name that AI powered chatbot. It is GEM AI, right? And it marks the 8th anniversary of the transformative impact of inclusive economic growth and governance. Right? Also remember, during this event, GEM, they launched this GEM AI, that is the first AI powered chatbot in the public sector. Next, the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, that is DPIIT, it comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. They have approved 187 startups for 100% income tax exemption under the revamped provisions of Section 80 IAC of the Income Tax Act of 1961. Next, mention the name of the state that launched two initiatives called Women Acceleration Program and Grassroots Youth Innovation Program. This will empower 1 crore women to become millionaires and to foster innovation among youth. Right? So WAP, Women Acceleration Program, will help 1 crore women to achieve or to become a millionaire, and this GYIP, that is Grassroots Youth Innovation Program, this will foster innovation among the youth. So which is the state that has launched these two initiatives? It is Telangana that has launched these two initiatives. Next, identify the name of AI-powered virtual news anchor launched by the Assam government to deliver cabinet meeting updates in Assamese, marking Assam as the first Indian state to deploy the AI anchor. The name here of this AI anchor is Ankita. Next, Gujarat government has launched two major portals, right? That is I Pragati and Tera Tujhko Arpan. They both are improving the citizen-centric police services and combating the cybercrime more effectively across the state. If we talk about this I Pragati, that is investigation progress report through automatically generated accurate and timely information. This is integrated with the existing system used by the Gujarat police. Then Tera Tujhko Arpan, this is a cybercrime refund portal, right? This is cybercrime refund portal, right? Tera Tujhko Arpan, they both launched by the Gujarat government. Next, which state government has approved a policy to promote the use of artificial sand, also known as the manufactured sand, M sand, as a sustainable alternative to natural reserves, natural river sand and construction activities. So from the natural river sand to this manufactured sand, right? Which is this state? It is Maharashtra state that has approved the policy here. And this policy is expected to generate employment opportunities through the establishment of this new M-SAND unit across the state. Next, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has extended the deadline for completing houses sanctioned under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. So, the deadline here, it is 31st of December 2025 is the deadline here. Next, mention the state in India that recently declared the first fully literate state under the Ullas initiative. So first was Mizoram, then it became Goa, and recently it was Tripura that was also declared as the 100% literate state under the Ullas initiative. Next, name the joint exercise that was conducted by Indian Army engineers under the Spear Corps and National Disaster Relief Force NDRF from 13th to 15th of May at Rangapahar military station in Dimapur, Nagaland. So name that joint military exercise. It is exercise Rahat.